I'm Olaf. So much easier now that I can read.
Olaf's been around for 3 whole years now.
And yet change mocks us with her beauty.
With Frozen 2, we wanted to dig deep into the evolution of change he goes through.
What's that?
Forgive me, maturity is making me poetic.
Olaf is definitely more inquisitive than he was in the first film, and also has a little bit more of a world view, and sometimes that comes with repercussions.
You're older and thus all-knowing. Do you ever worry about the notion that nothing is permanent?
Olaf, throughout the movie,
I'll drive.
I'll bring the snacks!
he has these wonderful lines.
We're calling this controlling what you can when things feel out of control.
He doesn't really know a lot of times what he's actually saying or how poignant he really is. But that's what makes him so wonderful.
This will all make sense when I'm older.
You don't have to worry about losing him to the maturity. If anything, he just has more ways of poking at and helping the others.
He sort of embodies a child, really. He's the child of the movie. But in the second one, he's growing up.
How do you guys cope with the ever-increasing complexity of thought that comes with maturity?
It's a little bit more like a kid in adolescence, where they start to have these little existential crises where he realizes, oh, there's knowledge in the world and I'm going to gain that, and that's going to make me question myself and things around me and all the things that happen when you grow up.
Oh my goodness, Olaf!
Charmed, I'm sure.
I think maturity is a big part of the themes of this, coping with the changes in life.
What's that thing you say, Olaf?
Oh, my theory about advancing technologies as both our savior and our doom?
Not that one.
Olaf has definitely become more of a learned snowman,
Did you know gorillas burp when they're happy?
and he just loves to rattle off all of this newfound knowledge that he has.
Did you know wombats poop squares?
Whether or not it's pertinent to a discussion is another story.
Did you know sleeping quietly on long journeys prevents insanity?
Yeah, that's not true.
It
It's
is.
true, definitely true.
No, it's the truth.
Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning?
Yep.
I learned a lot of things along the way that I just never knew I needed to know.
What are you doing? Oh, Elsa!
There's a little bit of a moment where he starts to feel anger. So you see another side of Olaf, a little deeper side.
Anna, this might sound crazy, but I'm sensing some rising anger.
Wait, you're angry?
I think so. Elsa pushed me away too and didn't even say goodbye.
What I always love about Olaf is he has an innocence, but he has a quirky wisdom as well. And the more knowledge he gets, the less he understands about life, but the more excited he is about life.
Come on, it'll be fun. Assuming we don't get stuck here forever, no one ever finds us, and you starve and I give up.
And yet, at the end of the day, he's always Olaf.
I knew I could count on you.
And then, of course, when Elsa is frozen and Olaf starts to flurry away,
Olaf?
The magic in me is fading.
instead of him just being sad, which he is, but he also reaches out to Anna.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to do this next part on your own.
Letting him mature. That's what excited us.
I like more mugs.
And then Olaf was gone. Olaf flurries away. Luckily, with Olaf's thing about water has memory,
Do you want to build a snowman?
with the magic of Elsa and the help of Gale, Elsa's able to bring Olaf back to life. He can take any situation and make either light of it or make it a positive situation.
I live.
He's just so endearing and also just a great role model for kids and adults.
Oh, I love happy endings.
Hello, my name is Michael Giamo. I am production designer at Walt Disney Animation Studios, and I'm here today to talk about Frozen 2. With me are two incredible designers who have been by my side for many, many years and through this whole Frozen 2 costume journey, Brittany Lee and Griselda Sastronada LeMay.
It began with two sisters.
Well, it's been quite a journey from Frozen to Frozen 2. You've both been with me on this one. Frozen 2 has been incredibly challenging creatively in almost every area, environments, costume, performance. And I know we're here today to talk mostly about costuming of Frozen, which you two have had such an incredible journey with and creatively has really expanded so many horizons.
We did this together. And we'll continue to do this together.
Within a costume, there's tons of detail, a striking color palette. Here, we had a striking environment palette with fall foliage in this enchanted forest, and a striking palette for our costumes as well. So how do you do that and not have them clash?
And not have your eyes go blind. Too much color, right?
Ooh.
I think it would be interesting to talk about specifically, Brittany and Griselda, your roles in Frozen 2 in regards to costuming. The intro outfits for both Anna and Elsa were challenging because now this is the first time you're going to be seeing our characters from the Frozen world in the Frozen 2. And the underlying theme was to show a little bit of maturity and yet still channel the characters that we know.
Oh, hi. Aren't you curious?
Griselda, you were responsible for Anna's costume design iterations, and Brittany, you were responsible for all of Elsa. So maybe we should take each character and talk about their evolution, specifically through Frozen 2.
Your Majesty, they're ready.
Well, let's talk just a little bit about Elsa's intro outfit.
We had talked about really wanting to showcase that she was taking her station seriously, embracing the fact that she's the queen, so she wouldn't be in her Snow Queen gown from Let It Go. She'd be in something that's a little bit more somber. We can't go very warm with Elsa.
Something's wrong.
With you?
No, with you. You're wearing Mother's scarf.
The challenges that we had, I think that was the biggest initial hurdle with Elsa. She has always been in long silhouettes, and that's sort of how we know her. For her costume in going through the forest, she needed to be in pants and she needed to be in a coat and feel like she was protected from the elements, though cold wasn't so much an issue. When we started designing the travel outfits, we wanted to make sure that she read as the Queen of Arendelle, so she needed to have a militaristic aspect to her. So that's why we did the strong shoulder and the epaulets.
I love that. It was so brilliant, and it said such strength.
Elsa! Oh, thank goodness. Anna, are you okay?
One thing I remember discussing with you both when we first started out is that these young women are now women.
Yes.
And that they are mature. Both these characters should be reflected in the costumes. And I know there were many ways that we did this, and Brittany, you just mentioned one, the epaulets, and probably even more than in Frozen, the intricate amount of small detail, and that is where we did diverge from Frozen. We were really channeling the Norwegian folkwear look as well as a fairy tale look.
The costumes got a lot of technology love.
Oh yeah, the embroidery that we could have for this movie, we couldn't have it on the first one.
To create these costumes, at least 95% of the kind of creation that one has to do in the real world to create a costume, we have to go through that process as well. We have to articulate almost every seam, every stitch. Every button, the quality of a button, the sheen of it. Is it a matte surface? We have to figure all that out, and then how it performs on the character. That's a whole nother level.
Right.
That was magic. Did you see that?
From every department, they are bringing their A game.
That is the one thing about Disney. You come up with designs that you might think, oh my gosh, can this be fully realized? It's a great design, but in the flow of production and the pipeline and all the requirements we have down the road that production demands, is it possible? Is it really feasible? If it's something that the directors love and buy, and if we help sell it to them, it is possible. In Frozen 2, both Anna and Elsa have miles and miles of yardage, which is very hard to control in the CG world.
We're calling this controlling what you can when things feel out of control.
Brittany, in terms of you designing Elsa's travel outfit, the first iteration of that was quite different in that because Elsa was more mature, we were directed initially to go with very dark colors, and she was wearing an overcloak. director of Jen Lee, came to me one morning and said, this is a very, very deep journey she's going to go into, but I think we're maybe not going in the right direction. We've lost a little bit of who she is, meaning someone reflecting ice, frost, and snow. I think we need to bring that back. That's when you took it and then ran with it, and then we imbued that design onto Anna.
After months of iteration,
That's right.
We tried different the shortcuts. We tried different bolero. We tried different capes.
And the reason why that wasn't working, Anna was still looking very young. I remember Chris Buck, our director, was saying, oh, she's still looking like a schoolgirl.
The two braids.
She had her braids, and
Yeah.
that was contributing to the schoolgirl look. You both not only deal with the costuming, but with the hair grooms as well.
Excuse me, I climbed the North Mountain, survived a frozen heart, and saved you from my ex-boyfriend, and I did it all without powers. So, you know.
Something that people might not notice about costumes that you both design, especially the travel outfits, is some of the intricate detail and symbols that we put into it, which actually means something.
Yeah, for Anna, we started Anna's costume design with the new Arendelle iconography, which is a wheat symbol. So we start from there and we put that iconography all over her outfit and her dress and also in her shoes.
And Brittany, for Elsa, for her travel outfit, we had some special detail for her narrative.
Yeah, she's so identified with snowflakes. She needed a symbol that felt like it was very iconic for her and for her station. So we redesigned her snowflake. We gave her snowflakes on her shoulders and along her coat and on her capes.
One other thing I want to mention about Elsa's outfit that I think is particularly interesting, and we almost didn't get it, was her double panel cape.
Yes.
Yes. We had the capes and the peekaboo back. I wasn't sure I could sell you on the back. I thought for sure you were not going to buy that.
Okay, that's definitely not what I thought you were going to say.
We talked about these elements of nature, but maybe we should spend just a second to talk about what each element represents.
Right. We have a symbol for
Air, fire, water, earth.
we needed to do it in a diamond format so that they could all work together as a unit. It's interesting to me because what it ended up being and how it ended up working in transformation in the movie is that it's almost an extension of the dress that she's wearing underneath her travel coat, and it sort of naturally morphs into this dress.
Show yourself, step into your power.
That was a big moment because it was not only a transformation, but this actually had symbols that said something. So for us as designers, that was really exciting.
Right. One of the key selling points of the dress that we ultimately designed was it had to allow movement. It had to actually celebrate movement.
These gowns are always challenging, no matter what they are or how little you might see them in a movie or how much. So what does that mean for a character like Anna, who is playful, casual, a little bit of a tomboy?
We all kind of got it.
That's one of the things that we try to do to show that she's grown up, but still her. We talk about the cape, the long cape, the different heavy fabric, that the cape is the heaviest one. Then the dress is a lighter wool, and then the inside of her skirt is the lightest wool. So you see that there's still the fun side of Anna inside all these heavy new responsibility. She's still Anna.
Your initial designs for Anna were really beautiful and channeled the fall on her gown. But when combined with the cooler hues that Elsa has to have, wasn't a good combo. So we had to find a beautiful neutral place for Anna. And that's when you came up with more of the creams, the ivories, the golds.
Yes.
That still have an autumnal feeling,
Yeah.
but in a much lighter way.
Yeah. Brittany was playing around with more of the cream color that Anna has. But as we know, yellow and ice don't go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to work in lockstep. We've tried many things, and individually it might work terrific, but when you put the two sisters together, it can often clash. We want harmony.
That's right. Yeah. And Christoph got to dress up for Anna.
Oh, did you boys get all dressed up for me?
And I think he looks pretty handsome. And
Oh my goodness, Olaf.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Yeah, even Olaf had a costume in this movie. We always refrained a little bit from putting too much accessory onto this character, but I think it provided a fun moment.
That's normal.
Even with Christoph's outfit, you know, you have to be careful. His challenge is to create a look that still feels like Christoph, i.e., masculine and confident and still decorative.
When we started designing this, we knew there would be a song, but I don't know that we knew that everyone was going to be a part of the song. And we knew, or we thought we knew, that Kristoff was going to try to propose to Anna.
Princess Anna of Arendelle, will you marry me?
No.
So he's always tricky. He rides a fine
Yeah,
line
he's always
when
tricky.
when you dress him up.
Because we have some iterations that are formal but silly. Ridiculous. But then we decided like we need Kristoff to look good.
1 hour. You get this for 1 hour.
Well, I think your final designs were really stunning.
Thank you.
Well, we all do.
Thank you for
Wouldn't get to do
taking me in
if
this
it wasn't for
journey.
you.
Yeah.
Well, we're a
all of
team.
us. That's right. I hope there'll be the third one so we can work together again.